they're just friends, but they
Oh,
stalk the
okay.
OPGG, and they see a bad game, they screenshot it, they send it, whatever. So improvements happening on secret alternative account.
Yeah.
Um, but this account doesn't have Lilia on it, so I'm mostly not. I'm not even like I'm mostly playing just random stuff until I can unlock Lilia. Um,
Okay.
so I just
So
recorded. I just recorded a random game.
how much do you care about like Shyvana, the champion?
I like her, but I probably won't play her anywhere near as much as I play Lilia. Like Lilia is my number one, and then Kindred's probably my number two, first jungle. But I do like Shyvana. She was one of my first jungles.
Okay. Well, first comment I'll make is when you're doing these junglers where you really aren't going to do anything until 6, like let's say you're playing Nocturne as well, you really want to sequence all the way till the end of your clear, meaning you should be skipping blue buff and just doing Gromp because more than likely you're just going to clear down again, right? After Scuttle Crab, as Shyvana,
Yep.
right? So we don't want to have Gromp waiting for Gromp randomly while after doing Wolves for like 30 seconds, right?
Oh, just like go straight Wolves to Grump, then back to blue.
Yeah, exactly. When you're
Yeah,
in
yeah.
a position where you think you're just gonna full clear again.
Right. I sometimes do that. I did that before. Like I used to do that sometimes, but I didn't know like because I'd see some challenges doing it, some challenges not doing it. Like
Okay,
so
so
it's like oh, it probably
here's a
doesn't
good
matter either
example,
way.
right? Yeah, here's a good example, right? You would already be on Grump right now. Instead, you're kind of like
Yeah,
chilling for 10, 15 seconds. So,
yeah. I
but
know
yeah,
exactly why to do it. I just didn't realize it was like a generally like it is the thing to do if you have a certain idea in mind.
yeah. It's just
Also, this is really
only
bad.
on champions that are full clearing. Let's see why is it bad.
I'm not used to team fighting with Shyvana. I think it's part of it, but yeah, it's just really really bad positioning.
Yeah, so you can see here, right? You're in the pit. So whenever you start dragon and it's not 100% free, meaning there's going to be no conflict in this situation over the objective or contest, you could say, you need to
I'll
pull
drag
it.
it out.
Yes, you need to drag it out to an
Mm.
exit, right? So there's 4 exits on the map in the river, rather, on each river, right? This one, this one, this one, and this one. If you stay in the
Yep.
middle, there's no exits. So you need to lean to one side and play for that.
Oh, so
Um,
not just pull it out of the pit, but like pull it slightly to the left or right.
yes, exactly. If you're trying to pull
Okay.
it to the right, it means you're happy to fight them, right? Because you're engaging towards them. If you're not as happy to do it and you're only doing it because you have push, right? In this example, you have a Yumi, they have a Braum Ash, really strong early game, and you're not even 6. Like in this scenario, ideally you're pulling it away from them, right? So that in the event that they come, you can take Dragon, and even if someone dies, everyone else can leave, right? Because there's an exit.
Right. Was the Dragon Call itself bad? Because like
Um,
more.
I would agree for
Mm,
sure. You have push in both, like you have tempo in one lane, right? Cassio needs to base, and then
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
bot lane wave is not pushed, but it's pushed, but like there's a wave in front of the tower, but they're already wasting time already right now. Like I don't know, they just left the creeps there. So this is like Ash literally lost a full wave. So yeah, this is good. You just had to
Yeah.
pull to the left side, I'd say.
Okay. It ends up, I think, being positive in the end because Timo flashes forward into my entire team and then dies.
Yeah, a little bit
Over here, I
of
missed the smite.
yeah, a little bit of like
I thought
help
Timo
for
would
your
go
team.
straight back to the drag, so I thought I'd be able to just sneak the grubs, but he went to the grubs.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising, but I don't think that's very good by him.
I ended up getting one and then getting the dragon, so.
So here, okay, I guess maybe whenever you get like Lily or something, we can talk more about Lily, but I still think there's good principles here, right? Besides,
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm thinking. I feel like most of this stuff would translate, right? Because they're both junglers that really want to play around their
tempo,
ult and
yeah, yeah. They want to speed run the game. So let's say you're Lily in this example, it would be probably the same scenario, right? You did golems and he ran out the grubs, correct?
Yeah, because the other thing is I think I hit tab a little bit before and I saw he's like way less CS than me, which means he has to have a ton of camps on the map
Yes,
that he just hasn't farmed.
so in this scenario, you're up EXP, you have a red buff, right? He does not have a red buff. After your wolves and gromp here, you need to attack his 3 camps. You should skip blue and skip scuttle crab and run into his jungle and attack him. You're going
Oh,
level 7 to 6 with red buff.
okay.
So the only angle to see here is that when you're here, and then when you're here, so rather when you're here, you see he went to grubs, you did golems, and now you're 1 camp up, right? You disperse around the same time as him. Okay, he's got a 5 second head start, but you basically disperse around a similar time, and now you're 1 camp up, right? So as he's doing gromp,
Hmm.
you're finishing red. As he's doing
I think
wolves,
I'm 2 camps up. I think he skipped a camp earlier
yeah,
as
even
well.
better, even better. As you're doing raptors, he's doing wolves, and now he's doing blue buff, right? So
Yeah,
now he's doing raptors as you finishing wolves, and as you're doing gromp, maybe he's starting red buff now, and now you can attack his 2 camps on the rest
I see.
of the map.
But by the
But
time I finish the scuttle, he's only got like 1 camp left,
yeah,
and
and
then
like that's the idea. Actually, like in this exact scenario, it's not a good idea because your bot lane needs to base and they just like killed them or something. So it's not a good idea to invade unless like you know for sure you're gonna kill him. Here you can just
mm,
do Dragon Scuttle. But
yeah.
you
The
should
thing
be
I'm
definitely skipping blue buff and just doing the normal clear and then
and then
attacking it
going
straight
back
away.
to okay, because I'm just really hesitant to invade in this elo when like it's really uncertain whether I'm going to get my team to follow. Or another thing is I hate it when I'm playing a lane and my lane is going well, and all of a sudden my jungler just starts spam pinging me to come invade. And it's like it feels like a flip. Like
That's
my
too
lane's going
bad.
well, and all of a sudden I have to sacrifice my tempo, and I'm like, oh, fuck off.
That's too bad. You gotta push your limits and be uncomfortable with
Okay.
the situation to get the most gains, right? You wanna progress the most, you need to put yourself in uncomfortable positions to improve, right? In
Mm.
regards to like your teammates not coming, that is like I guess my way of thinking on invades is not relying on my teammates coming. Like the modern invading right now is you use invades to help your teammates get ahead, not yourself. But like obviously the traditional way of thinking, right, is your teammates help you invade. But for me, it's the other way around. You invade and pull the enemy team while your team pushes, and now they lose 6 creeps collectively, right? On each lane that comes. And if
Right,
you
so I just invade, but then like waste time and then run back away.
back and forth
Just after
because
like
you win 1v1, so they need to double team you, right? But they can't stick on you. See what I
okay,
mean?
so I run in and then he backs off, waits for his team to come, and then I back off and
And
then
then
wait for his team to leave and then run back in and just keep
yeah, but
doing that.
there's a fine line, right? Like you don't want to just back off. You want to like make them come. Like you want to
Yeah.
show that you're ready to kill this guy, and they have to come. You know that
Okay.
you have to edge the line of which you can die, but you won't die. That's the
Right.
skill, right? Otherwise, like, how are you gonna be better than the next platinum jungle, right? Yeah, like every jungler's like it's the same for me. How am I gonna be better than a pro player next to me if we both think the same way? You gotta think differently to other players, right?
Right. Yeah, just like try and hone wasting the time of the enemy laners.
Yeah, like you need just a paradigm shift of invades are not just for me, it's for my teammates, right? I'm
Yeah.
winning the game
So
for
it's
my
not like
team,
the
not
main goal isn't
individual.
necessarily to take their camps, but it's to waste their time with the threat of taking their camps.
It's everything, right? There's 3 things. We've got the camp itself, killing the jungler, the threat of killing the jungler, wasting the teammates' time, blowing resources, and denying them gold and EXP by physically not being in lane, right? And
Okay.
then
So
if they don't come, where are you positioned? You're behind them, right? You're behind enemy lines literally. So you having the option once you leave the jungle to gank mid or bot guarantees priority straight away, right? That's for like very good reasons, right?
right. So even if they keep even if they stay in their lane and keep pushing, then that means I'm behind them and I can just gank them and kill them if they properly push.
Depends on the situation, but yes, you have the threat of being behind them, right? They don't come as well. Obviously, in the scenario we talked about, you just win 1v1, right?
Hmm.
And you just
Okay.
kill him.
And so I just try and look out for that when I'm just like ahead of enemy jungle, just in general, like I'm up tempo on them, or
Yes,
is
when
there
they
anything specific?
well, one thing I want you to look out for is when people skip camps to do these amazing objectives, right? That's going to be the time where you can generate a turn, farm camps, and by the time you finish your clear, he's still down here and you can attack him on this side, right? Or vice versa, right? You were clearing down, he was clearing down. Now you can attack him on this side because he's down 1.5 camp tempo, right?
Yeah. This here I die, but I think it's worth it for the Drake, even though it's Ocean. Like good on Shyvana, I think.
Yeah, it's worth it
But I
for
don't
sure.
know. It's a pretty risky play, like you going, I'm gonna get the smite. I'm gonna beat him on
Hey,
the
if you
smite.
feel it in the moment,
But
just do it. It's a vibes thing. Like you gotta just know that you're confident. And yeah,
yeah.
it's one of those shots where it's all you.
Also the gank earlier on the Umbessa with my Yearn, he just like goes in before I come and then dies as I get there. It's really awkward. I don't know if I should like see him start to do that and skip a camp or if I should just like yeah.
It's okay. Well, I don't think that's like fun unless that's like a hit thing that happens consistently. I'm just looking at this because I think here, Neko, you can W a bit later, right? You weren't able to proc your W. See what I mean? Your W ran out.
Hmm.
So you need to time your W, but if you're gonna keep playing Shyvana, right? You need to time your W so that you're actually gonna keep the circle, right?
Yeah, so when I get the auto off, like
Yeah,
auto
you're gonna
Q, it
keep the
keeps
movement
the thing
speed.
going. Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't get punished here, but definitely like a big DPS loss because you don't just because you can't stick because you don't have the bonus move speed and obviously the damage itself.
Yeah. I think I do that a lot this game actually. I like blow my W on my way to somewhere just to get there quicker and then I don't have it.
Yeah, it's a learning curve. Like I've had the same problem learning Shyvana.
Yeah, Shyvana was like she was like the jungler I picked up when I was learning jungle like 3, 4 years ago. And then
Yeah.
I there was like a big break, hardly touching her. So the only time I played it was when I was like horrible at the game.
Oh, this is really good. How did this game go to 34 minutes? Oh, this is probably why.
it's it's various reasons.
Lucian's
I don't
trying
know.
to do a drive-by.
It's I don't know. Games in bronze are psychotic. Whether you're playing jungle or playing a
Very
lane, the
cultural.
stuff that's going on is crazy. Oh yeah, fuck this play out.
It's the same in every
I
either.
flash into a team mushroom. It's so sad. Look at that. Flash out on 1 HP directly on top of team mushroom, die instantly.
Probably Brit made that guy's day, dude.
The
Very
Teemo, yeah,
good.
I hope so. Dude, the Teemo is farming my team. I just realized I don't press tab like anywhere near as much as I thought I do. This is horrible. I haven't seen the tab menu in ages. Um, but the Teemo is completely handing it to my team. It's like 8 kills at this point.
Okay, this alright, there's a lot of kill trades. I mean, that one you're just following
There's a
up
lot
with.
of yeah, there's a lot of horrible team fights.
Yeah,
as
this is
well.
gonna be the like a recycling of the same feedback, right?
Yeah, need to pull it
We'll note
towards
it.
like yeah. But also, I think I should have just waited maybe on the
Yeah, I
dragon. Should
mean,
I have
you
started it
need
when I
to.
started it and pulled
No,
it,
of
or
course not. You need to stack your. You need to have the threat of having ult, right? They see you have no ult, they can just walk in your face. You gotta
yeah?
stack
I
it
was
on your
running to
camp.
it to try and get Fury because I think all my camps were down or something.
Nope.
Um, no, I had my blue. Yeah, okay. Well,
And your bloom
can
was you good.
just hit
And
blue. I know when I was doing this, I was thinking I'll hit this to get Fury. That was my thought
yeah,
process,
yeah.
but that's
Too greedy.
it's pretty bad.
Not allowed to do that. The enemy knows
Uh,
your champion.
yeah. Well, I don't think they know my chat. I think they would have done exactly the same thing if I had ult or not. But obviously, it would have gone very differently if I did have ult.
Yeah, you can kite them pretty well. Because you've transitioned to the point where like your E sorry, you're like your AP, right? More AP now.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, here I'm just following a just Lolalytics build guide. I don't know much
Yeah,
about
it's good.
Shyvana.
I think this feels good.
I like Shojin. It feels good.
Yeah, it does. I think the Nationals build's pretty bad. Only good vest for like noobs.
Yeah, also I'd like all melee, no CC. I guess I'd go Nash's because I could just constantly be ordering, but I don't know. Like Ash here, I'm ordering like twice a team fight with the Ash
Yeah,
slot.
for sure. Oh, you play Siobhan pretty well in terms of like not tunneling on just using your ult. Actually human form, so that's good.
Oh yeah, like throwing E's well and yeah.
Yeah, like you don't need to
Thank
just
you.
press R every straight away, right? It's like your human form's exact same. It's just you get AOE on all your abilities once you go transform, right? And you do a lot slightly
Yeah,
more
yeah.
damage. So like the summary of our first review is mainly just talked about pulling to an exit, thinking about whether we're willing to fight when we started or we're just trying to peace out. We talked about this, right? The Grump, like, or like, it could be dull. No, it doesn't work. This usually for. No, actually, it can work. Sometimes you skip red and do Golems too, like, pretty rare, but more like on these
Mm.
blue side scenarios where you're
But on
pathing.
the on blue side, yeah.
Yeah, it's more
And it's the
likely
same
you're
for
pathing
Lilia.
with.
Lilia is kind of the same thing. We full clear till 6 a
Right.
lot of the time, right?
Yeah, so this is probably going to be beneficial next time for your second clear. And then the other point that was big was like we need to become more versatile in our ability to invade, right?
Yeah. So just identify when, just whenever I'm even a little bit. So
And you're
how
up
how much
tempo.
stronger? Like when are the windows? Just like
Six,
when does it?
the second buff usually, six timer, 6 to 5, or massive item difference or camp difference, right? In this case, you had all three, right? You had level difference, item difference, camp tempo difference, like
Okay. So
everything.
when I saw him running away after smiting that grub, he hadn't hit 6 still.
Yeah, he will hit 6, but you hit level 7 here. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, what if I just follow him into his jungle as he runs away after grabs? Is that bad?
Yeah, that's bad. Because he can kite you. Like, this is different. You're not wasting enemy team's time, see? What does Cassia lose if she helps Timo here? And this guy. Oh, this guy will lose some CS, but this guy won't, right?
Yeah. Ambessa didn't properly push him, but it's kind of the
Yeah,
he pushed him a
she'll
bit.
she'll lose
But
CS. But yeah,
so
this
only do it when I have that big advantage and both of the relevant lanes, or at least one of the relevant lanes, is like got prio and will lose a
trying
lot
to
if they
push.
rotate.
No, they don't need prior. They just need to be actively trying to push the lane. Whereas Echo is helping you, and now he needs to go back to
Mm.
lane because he skipped the wave to help
Right.
you.
So if I run in here, he will follow me. He will get baited. He'll miss that entire wave,
No, even if he
probably.
doesn't, so the main thing is that you are not wasting you as like you're not burning Cassio's resources.
Yeah. Well,
He
I'd be
will not
burning
lose.
Echo's resources even
Well,
if he
hopefully he
followed
doesn't
my
come.
play.
I hope he doesn't.
Yeah.
Um, If Cassio comes, she loses 0. Even if Echo pushes the next wave, as long as she comes back to the tower, like she'll still lose 0, right?
Hmm.
So that's the big difference here. Like this scenario was a bad scenario because now if Brom and Ash come and help Timo, he does like they don't lose anything again, right? Like no one's
Okay.
laning, so they're not gonna lose anything because Lucian's not pushing the wave while Ash and Brom are like moving to help, right? But you should have done Gromp and started Dragon straight away here. Because you're level 7 and Timo needs to farm his jungle, he'll never check Dragon, and their bot lane's dead, right? So they're gonna go back to lane. They're not gonna run straight to Dragon.
Okay.
But the
Yeah,
initial
that
thought
makes sense.
before your bot lane solo kills is definitely still to invade. As soon as they solo kill, it generally means they need a base because they expend resources for the solo kill, right?
Hmm. Yeah. So now it's like, okay, well, enemy bot lane, they're going to be a while till they get here. Timo's still hitting camps, so I skip
Yeah,
my
it's
camps,
like
start
can't
dragon. By
can't
the time
invade
Timo check dragon.
exactly. Can't invade. Take one step back. Do the camp in the river versus their
Mhm.
camp in their jungle, right?
Right. And if even if something insane happens and they do rotate and they come, Timo skips his camps, they have a ward on it, then I can just fall back and hit my camps, and I'm not really losing much, right? Because my camps are still right there. I can just hit the blue buff while I wait
So at that
to
point,
see what happens.
they're forfeiting push on the next 2 waves if they all just try to defend, right? Like yes, like they might get the dragon, but then you'll get something back again because they keep doing the
Mm.
thing where they skip everything, take something. They will. You're putting yourself in like debt basically, and it'll never stop if you keep doing it, right? At some point, you need to just AFK farm as the
Yeah, and just
enemy
not
team.
listen
As
to
the
you.
enemy team, like the
Mm.
teamer already skipped camps. If he does it again, um, and he doesn't get something big off it, the debt will continue to like pile up, right?
Mm. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.